Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, we'll discuss the best audio interfaces in 2023. All the product links are given in the description below. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Usually known for its high-end audio interface, MOTU has pulled some of its key features and its expertise across to pair a budget audio interface that raises the bar on what home studios should expect from their gear. They are good size, made of metal with the usual ins and outs you find on a 2 in and out and 4 in and out budget interface. But there are a few added features that make all the difference. They also have individual monitoring buttons to mix and match direct and software monitoring directly on your voice. At the same time, your guitar goes through a software amplifier. The M2 has a USB-C port for connecting to a computer or a mobile device, and 2 combo XLR 1/4-inch input connectors for connecting microphones or instruments. It also has 2 1/4-inch output connectors for connecting to speakers and other audio equipment. The M2 is powered via USB, making it easy to use with a laptop or other portable devices. It also includes a software bundle with digital audio workstation software and other audio tools for recording, editing, and mixing. The EVO 4 is an unusual looking audio interface and probably the easiest one I've used. It has a big knob with a halo of LEDs, a couple of buttons, and a handful of connections. What's brilliant about it is that you can plug it in your mic, and start recording in seconds with hardly any setup or messing about. It has 2 in and 2 out. You can plug 2 microphones in the back and swap out one of those for a guitar input on the front, where you'll also find the headphone outputs. 48 volume phantom power is available for both inputs via a button on the top. The big knob provides level control over the output and monitors the inputs. It's all very straightforward. The secret weapon of the EVO 4 is the big green button. Pressing it activates Smartgain, the most useful feature ever invented on an audio interface. With Smartgain started, you can sing in your mic or play your guitar. Over about 10 seconds, it analyzes the audio and sets the perfect recording level. It's like doing a tiny sound check. You are then ready to record, confident that you will not be too loud to cause distortion or too soft so you can't be heard. Smartgain gets it right every time. It's an impressive and remarkably priced little plastic box. If you need a few more inputs, the larger EVO 8 does everything the EVO 4 does, just with more connections. The M-Track Duo is undoubtedly the cheapest audio interface I've come across that's actually good enough to hold its own in this list of best audio interfaces. There's also an even cheaper Solo, but it's worth getting the slightly bigger Duo for this sort of money. It's an entry-level USB-powered, audio-only interface with 2 in, 2 out connectivity. Their feature sets are somewhat different, but their underlying specifications are pretty similar. Solo includes 1 mic line channels with switchable phantom powers, and 1 line instrument channel. The main outputs are also unbalanced RCAs, and the front headphone output is on a 1/8 mini jack. Duo has a pair of mic line instrument inputs with a switchable phantom power. Outputs are balanced on a 1/4-inch TRS jack. The headphone output is also a 1/4-inch jack with separate headphone output level controls. It's a simple, straightforward audio interface with no hidden powers or special features, but it works brilliantly. Usually interfaces around this price have poor drivers and audio performance with software, but these are great. Good low latency, low CPU, and decent quality sound. Bear in mind that the recording quality is only 16-bit and up to 48 kHz, but that's good enough for a home studio. The price does bring some compromises. It's lightweight and made of plastic. The headphone output is weak, and it doesn't sound quite as good as the other interfaces on this list. Still, for the price, it's awesome. Comes with a decent bundle of software, including Pro Tools first, so it's all you need to start making music. The original ID44's primary strength was always its superb quality of the mic press and converters. This version ramps up the performance and adds a handful of new features. Audient has also improved the ID44's analog to the digital converter, THD in figure, for an impressive 9 decibels to a class-leading 112 decibels. The digital analog converters are similarly pristine, with an impeccable noise of 126 decibels of dynamic ranges. The 4 mic press are the same as in Audient's Pro-level consoles. The ADAT ports let you expand the total number of inputs and also outputs by 16, but part of us wishes there was more onboard analog I/O. Still, at least there are the provisions for sizable expansions. Of the new features, some users especially love audio loopbacks, which is helpful for podcasters and even live streamers. In essence, loopback lets you record an audio from a computer on a separate channel to your mic, providing a lot of versatility when mixing. Audio quality is where ID44 MkII shines. Everything else is icing on the cake, but the icing is layered deep and tastes exceptionally sweet. The Revelator IO24 is designed with both studio recording and live streaming in mind, so it has some extra features that will make streaming a breeze. On the front are a pair of inputs with digital controlled low-noise XMaxL mic preamps that can also double as instrument inputs. On the back are a pair of outputs, a headphone output, and a very useful MIDI in and out port. The inputs are controlled and monitored on the interface using the rather nice color display and illuminated encoder. Behind the scenes is some DSP processing that will make the Revelator stand out. For each input, you have Studio Live Fat channel processing that will infuse your sound with traditional audio treatments including compression, expanders, limiting, EQ, high-pass filtering, and a noise gate. Add various vocal effects including reverb, delay, detuning, doubling, vocoder, and comb filter. It comes with plenty of presets tailor-made to give excellent results. Some are just for fun, but the Fat channel and reverb are really going to up your game when recording, performing, and live streaming. Revelator IO24 comes with Studio One Artist for a complete professional recording package in one box. It'll work with macOS, Windows, and iOS, and can even run the PreSonus UC Surface remote control software to control it from an iPad or Android if a Windows device is on the same network. Universal Audio has released a range of Volt audio interfaces to match every budget and application. The Volt 276 looks like the sweet spot to me, with enough inputs for collaboration, the form factor that sits pretty on your desk, and the quality that will give you a stunningly authentic professional sound. The wooden ends and stylings of the Volt 276 give it a deliciously vintage vibe, and that's definitely the intention. It has a standard set of connections with twin mic preamps on the front that also take instruments and a pair of monitoring outputs on the back. The MIDI in-out ports are very welcomed, and so is having the headphone output on the front with its own volume control. All the important rules are on the top, which is always my favorite way of doing things with a desktop audio interface. A nice big monitor control knob, individual gain knobs for the inputs, and very clear input and output monitoring. The compressor is inspired by the UA 1176 limiting amplifier. It is perfect for controlling voices and adding punch to synths, guitars, and drum machines. Volt 276 comes with an extensive suite of software, including Ableton Live Lite and some real nice plugins. But with the Volt, you reach for the sound, not the bundle. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to hear more from us, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our new videos.